Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the channel. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and as usual I'm here to bring you the juicy news. And they might not be as juicy, they might be a bit stale, but you know what, I'm still here to deliver the news. Basically guys, I mentioned the other day in the video, when I've seen the Autumn Equinox Pair event is lasting one day longer than the 2x, is actually not going to be on only for the weekend, you know, as usual. So I knew that we're gonna have some sort of a summoning event tomorrow because hey, party, summoning party, whoop whoop whoop, and we're gonna have some of that tomorrow. You wanna summon, you're gonna summon more, and if you don't wanna summon, it's fine. You don't need to engage in every event, guys. Like, I just released a video on how to prepare for the fusion, what you need to do for the next fusion because it's starting. Check that out. But you really need to save shards if you want to kind of like stay ahead of what's happening in the game. If you're constantly engaging in all the summoning events, you're gonna get busted. And on top of it, the summoning chances on a 10x, guys, are absolutely rubbish. Okay, so if you're gonna head over right here, 0.5% chance to summon a legendary, 8% to summon an epic. So this doesn't change, it's going to be the same. And when we have a lot of champions in the game, it's very hard to get the desired champion on a 10x. Plus, I'm very sure that we're gonna have a different 10x, or who knows, maybe it's gonna be a guaranteed epic from Voids on the CVC, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we're gonna have CVC this week, right? So who knows what may happen. But let me just quickly start with the champions that we're gonna have on this 10x event tomorrow, guys, because they're gonna be quite a few. So the very first champion that we're gonna have on the 10x, I'm gonna start with the Void Legendary, is going to be Cartiel. Okay, now he is a pretty awesome champion. I have mine built for the Fire Knight. I don't really use him anywhere else. He's a +2, so that gives him quite a bit of a boost. Same with the Awakening. Actually, the Awakening is crazy, especially if I would get him to 6-star. But these are my total stats on my Cartiel. So he's built for damage, right? That's the main thing that I want him to do. He is on a Savage set, and yeah, he does have pretty good stats, you know. And the main thing with him is that he enables you to do so many things in the game. Like, he's such a powerful champion. Arena, Hydra, Clan Boss, Doom Tower, Faction Wars. Whatever you want to do in the game with Cartiel, you can do it because he's a top-notch champion. Speed aura for all battles. The A1 gives you healing. If the champion is from a specific faction, you're gonna put True Fear. With a passive, he joins with the A1. He has a chance to join in attacks, you know, and his partner with Cisia, which is the partner, always joining the attack with her in the team. And there are many different things that he can do. Block debuffs, revive on that, cleanse. The revive on that cannot be removed. Increase attack, increase crit damage, ally attack with the entire team, you know. So he's definitely extremely solid. Now I have Phantom Touch on him because of my team for the Fire Knight. But if you are thinking to change the blessing to something else, you can definitely have quite a few options. It really depends how you're building your champion. You're giving him resistance, you're giving him just speed, you're trying to get damage out of the champion. But these are my masteries. So this is a damage build, okay? He's built for damage, for PvE, and that's about it. That's what I want to do with my Cartiel. I wouldn't say that I don't want to use him in arena. Sometimes I catch enemies off guard in live arena and I smack them to death with my Cartiel because they think that I have no DPS, or they're just not expecting my Cartiel to kill their Duchess or kill their Taras or kill their Marichka, you know, and it happens. It happens. Not in a hit, but it happens. So that's the main thing, because he only really attacks with the A1. With the ally attack, you know, he's joining the attack, but he's with the A1. I do have War Master as tier 6. The next champion that we're gonna have on the 10x, guys, is another Void Legendary, actually. Surprisingly, is another Void Legendary, and I would love copies of this champion, man, like 100%. But you know what? Even though I love Cartiel to death, I'm not risking my Mercy to get another Cartiel. You know, like, don't get me wrong, it's amazing to have one. Maybe to have one empowered to +4, even better. But I prefer to try my Mercy on different champions. And we do have Georgie the Breaker, the next champion on the 10x. And I have him built on a Savage and a Speed set. Total stats on him is not finalized because I need to give him glyphs, maybe change a couple of pieces of gear on him. I'll be honest, I haven't used Georgie in probably two months. at least. And that's mainly because he's very squishy for live arena. If you're not using him with Necret, it's a bit risky to run him. He's very powerful for classic arena too, if you're using him in the right team. I just never got to use him again because I like to have consistency, so I prefer to run Turvold over him because his passive, you never know. It procs, it doesn't proc to ignore the extra defense, so it's a bit risky. But these are the stats, pretty nasty stats on him though. Nothing compared to other people that have +4 6-star awakening. You know, if I would have that too, he would have disgusting stats too, but I don't have that available on him. Masteries for my Georgie. Helm Smasher as tier 6. We do have Retribution. Now the main thing with him, guys, is that he ignores Stone Skin, Strengthen, Unkillable, Block Damage, Increased Defense, Ally Protection, Shield, and everything else that his mama knows. He ignores everything, so this allows him to deal crazy damage and grants an extra turn if he kills an enemy, allowing him to basically move to the A2, attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter of all targets by 30%, and you don't need accuracy, and you get Unkillable if you kill somebody with this skill. And it's great, but the passive is the issue. 50% chance to ignore defense. If no, he won't be hitting that hard. You know what I mean? He has crazy multipliers anyway. He's just an amazing champion though. Like, no complaints about Georgie. I love him. I would love multiple copies to empower mine. But I'm not really spending much in raid for the last, I don't know, 6+ months or more than that. So I'm not wailing on shards. So I don't want to risk it to get Cardier, for example, or maybe get a different champion that's not even on the 10x. So I'm gonna wait with my Mercy for 10x Taras again, or 10x Yumeko, which I don't think we're gonna have one anytime soon. The next champion that we have on the list, guys, I have him, but I don't have him built, and if I'm not mistaken, he's from the Ogreens and is Korugar. Now, he's a pretty solid ally protection champion. I don't use him personally, but he's pretty awesome. The A1 attacks an enemy, gets a bit of healing. The A2 attacks all enemies, has a chance to fill the turn meter, also has a chance of removing all debuffs from all allies, which is great because fully booked, you're gonna cleanse and you're gonna get turn meter with this skill. Then, ally protection buff on all allies except the champion, and strengthen on all allies. Very, very nice on a 3-turn cooldown. The passive increases this champion's resistance by 20 and defense by 10%, for each ally protection buff on all allies. Also increases the ally resistance by 15 and defense by 5 for each ally protection buff on all allies. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate, of course, and counter attacks whenever an ally under ally protection buff is attacked. Lots of stuff in here, right? He does allow with the passive, so think about Hydra, because it's going to increase the resistance by 15 for each ally protection buff on the allies. You have a team of 6, 5 ally protection buffs, so you're gonna get 75 resistance extra just because of his ally protection. So that's very, very nice. You have a HP aura for all battles. Arguably, one of the best ally protectors in the game. He's definitely very, very solid. At least non-void one, you know. Then we're moving over to the last champion, which he still has some value. I would still like to get him. I never managed to get him, even though I summoned on quite a few 10x's for him. This shows you how good the 10x's are. But basically, we have Calvalex, guys. Speed aura for all battles. Attacks one enemy, has a chance to increase the duration of poisons. Attacks one enemy, places an extra hit for each poison, up to 3 extra hits. This is a enemy max HP hit. Nothing compared to the regular enemy max HP hitters because his multipliers are low. But right here, his damage is going to increase accordingly to the poisons, okay? So the more poisons, the more damage, but it's not going to be anything insane. I think it should be able to hit the cap on the dungeons where you have a 10% cap, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have him. And the passive, this is the best thing about him. Places 4-5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns at the start of each round. That's what makes him great for teams that use poison detonation to kill waves, and great even on some cases on bosses. But guys, that's all for the news today. This is the event. I'm not sure why Plarium is doing this event now. Probably to drain us for the fusion that's coming. Probably to drain us for the event that's coming during the CVC. Or probably because they want to have a summoning event every single day of the week, you know. And how I mentioned, you don't need to engage in them. I just wanted to kind of like make you aware of what is about to happen tomorrow. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.